This is ANN News Brief.
As a result of insecurity, the World Health Organization (WHO) has raised an alarm of potential risk of Ebola. WHO says nearly 360 persons are at risk after contact with an infected person in eastern DR Congo, as many victims are out of reach because of clashes and insecurity. World Health Organization's Executive Director of Health Emergencies Program, Dr. Michael Ryan, has called on the government and all sides to enable aid workers have access to several areas where the deadly virus may be spreading. Islamist militiamen killed at least 19 civilians in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo last week in retaliation to a military campaign against them in border areas with Uganda. The assailants, who the officials said belonged to the Allied Democratic Forces, ADF, a Ugandan Islamist group, also burned down a Catholic church. Ryan said although only 7 cases of Ebola were recorded in the past week, it was unable to stamp out the deadly virus due to insecurity. He added that there have been more than 3,000 Ebola cases and nearly 2,200 deaths since the outbreak was declared in August last year. Ryan said by the time this Ebola outbreak in Congo is over, the international community will have spent $1 billion. U.S. International Development Finance Corporation Chief Executive Officer Adam Boehler has announced a commitment to provide $430 million in insurance to advance energy security in Egypt. The project involves rehabilitating a natural gas pipeline and transporting natural gas from fields offshore in Israel. Boehler made the announcement at the Investment for Africa Forum during a signing ceremony that included Boehler and U.S. Ambassador to Egypt, Jonathan Cohen, Egyptian Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouly, and Minister of Investment and International Cooperation, Sahir Nasser. The insurance will enable Noble Energy Incorporation, based in Houston, Texas, to restore the 90-kilometer EMG pipeline running from the coastal city of Ashkelon to its destination in Al Arish, Egypt. It will also support, over 15 years, the transport of 3 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Boehler said the insurance contracts will strengthen energy security, bolster trade, support investment, and improve quality of life, adding that the project will also help the country meet growing demand for reliable, low-cost energy in order to fuel sustained economic growth and create opportunities that have a stabilizing impact in Egypt and across the region. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
In protest, Tanzania says it has summoned Canada's envoy after an aircraft set to be delivered to state-owned Air Tanzania was impounded in a land compensation dispute. The East African country's government says over the weekend the new aircraft, a DAC-8400 turboprop, was impounded in Canada last week after an individual filed a claim in court against the Tanzanian government. The case relates to a lawsuit filed by a retired Tanzanian farmer who has claimed compensation over what he says was the expropriation of his land several decades ago. Tanzania's Foreign Affairs Minister Palamagamba Kabudi says he told Canada's High Commissioner that the Tanzanian government has been disappointed and angered by Canada's move. That is the ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adim.